Off at the running the test once, and I went out and updated the documents. So basically there's the YouTube of the other one, and if you notice out online, these don't come through because they're accessed locally, and I sort of did that on purpose. So let's go back up here. So we've gotten through, we've cloned and set up, and we've kind of talked through some of the stuff, like a clone install. I mean, this is a whole detail of, well, it's one similar to the one, but I don't think it's the exact one. But then we went in and we saw the images, which now, let's see, I don't think the online ones, but we can bring up the local one here. Again, see, that's local one. And that comes up in Safari, just helps me remember what's where. So now this one, feature install, oops, it's still not, oh, now what I'm doing is I'm updating the repo, but I'm not, I'm using my old pulled repo for running locally. So this documentation, this feature test isn't updating, of what I've, got up in the repo. But this kind of shows the structure that I'm trying to go through, and that's actually what I was wanting to, debug, is debug this. And I think see, that's the local. So if we go to this page object, and this was what I was going to start to talk through, this page object stuff. There's two, and I need to document this. There's two basic things going on. Is there's the feature, I don't know if it's on the top. Yeah, oh, here we go. Well, this is the manual, which we've been doing, or they've been doing, just going out and testing things manually. The feature demo, that's what the Cucumber language, or the Gherkin language, but it's the this. If we go to the feature, that's that language. What I intend to do is that behind this language is just JavaScript, and what I was going to do is all it does is it takes these statements, these natural language statements, and that natural language stuff can refer to the DSL that I'm talking about, that I want to put the strings in the CSS also too. But we'll go through that in detail later. But that's I'm just trying to get through the workflow right now, and the workflow is in these tests that run. If you look up here, that's the feature test. And right now I got it test. When you run just the regular test, it does the feature test, and it does the Mocha test, or it's page object. I'm just going to call them page object stuff. The reason I wanted a different, this is more about, this should actually tie closely to specs, especially the words and stuff like that. And then from here, and all that's happening really is a regular expression is going through and breaking those down into functions that is driven. What I was going to do is pass these functions, will call actually page object structures behind the scenes in the same JavaScript. But these, so just like when I open, this is URL. I can open the Rack-In website. Well, the Rack-In website, that structure means a certain URL mapping. And when it gets down to more specific things like login button or whatever, it relates down. It takes that text speech that you'd find in a document, relate it down to the DSL that is used in the CSS, and this is where it gets activated in this. This is how the handles, and that's what I'm struggling with right now. And I only got 23 seconds left, so I'll stop this video and I'll continue on.